Hi students, my name is Sumalata. In today's class we are going to discuss about how can we write chemical formula of a compound. Before watching this, a small request: if you are not subscribe this channel. Please share these videos to other students, and if it is useful, like and mention your words in comment box, students. Coming to our topic, chemical formula of a compound. Chemical formula of a compound is nothing but the symbolic representation of its composition, students. What is composition? Composition is nothing but it's the constituent particles present in that compound. Suppose you can take examples here. Water, this is NaCl, this is CaO, this is CaOH twice. See here, students, these are all the different chemical compounds. All are having a certain particular chemical formula. Here if you can see, water has a composition hydrogen and oxygen. Sodium chloride has sodium and chlorine. Here also calcium and oxygen. These are the constituent particles present in that particular chemical compound, students. Here how can we write a chemical formula for a particular compound? To know this one, you have to know about valency and symbols of atoms. Now going to valency. What is valency? The combining capacity of an atom is nothing but valency. Combining capacity of an atom is known as its valency. See, to this one I want to tell one example. You can take octopus, students. Octopus has 8 arms. Human being has 2 arms only. So if octopus wants to hold human hands, what is the capacity of octopus? How many people hands it can hold? See, O indicates the octopus, H indicates the human. So here one octopus has 8 arms, means one octopus can able to hold 4 human hands. See, OH4. This indicates with OH4 is nothing but one octopus can able to hold 4 people hands. In the same way, combining capacity of an atom, if you can see, to this one you can take an example, students. Sodium you can take 11, its atomic number, 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s1, students. Combining capacity always depends upon outermost shell. The number of electrons present in a particular atom, outermost shell of an atom is known as its valency, also we can call. See here, the third shell is the outermost shell of sodium. It is having only 1 electron. Before this one, why atoms are need to going to be combined with other atom? The reason because they want to get stable octet configuration in its outermost shell, and another one is that is also nothing but 8 electrons present in its outermost shell, then that will become stable one. To that one, atoms going to be lost electrons, or they can able to gain electrons. Here sodium, is it gain electrons or lost electrons? Just think it once. Here sodium is having nearest noble gas is the neon. Neon's atomic number is 10, students. Its electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, students. It is having 8 electrons in its outermost shell. Here, so sodium need to think, if I am going to lose 1 electron, then I can able to get 8 electron its my outermost shell, then I can get neon's configuration. So I feel free, I feel happy, because after losing 1 electron I can get octet configuration. So at that time sodium going to be lost 1 electron, so it will become Na plus. It will become Na plus by losing 1 electron to out. So then its outermost electronic configuration is the 2s2 2p6, that is equal to the neon's electronic configuration, students. So that by losing of one electron, it will become positive ion or cation. This will shows, see here only one Na plus, only one plus charge is there. That means sodium can able to combine with one another atom, only one another atom, because it is having one plus charge by losing only one electron. Coming to and one more example, chlorine you can take. Chlorine atomic number is 17. Its electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p5, students. See, in chlorine has 7 electrons in its outermost shell. At that time, chlorine want to get noble gas configuration. By getting one electron, it will become 8 electrons in its outermost shell. So that is the stable configuration. To that one, chlorine need to get the electron from sodium. The electron losing by the sodium, the same electron going to get by chlorine. Then chlorine will become Cl minus ion. Its outermost electronic configuration is the 3s2 3p6, students. So what happened? This is equal to the argon's configuration. Ar 18, students. It's at atomic number. 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6. See, Cl minus and argon's electronic configuration similar with each other, so that it is having octet configuration, and this Na plus also having octet configuration. At this time, what happened? After losing and gaining of electrons by an atom, they can't able to leave alone more time, so that they need to combine with each other. So here sodium plus and Cl minus going to be combined with each other. They will form one compound, NaCl. That compound is the sodium chloride. Here NaCl is the chemical formula of the sodium chloride compound. See, we can see some ions, cations and anions. H plus, Na plus, Mg plus 2, Al plus 3, okay, Ca plus 2. These are all the cation, students, are metal ions. Hydrogen acting as both metal as well as non-metal. Here H minus, Cl minus, F minus, Br minus, I minus, O minus 2. Oxide, S minus 2, sulfide. These are all the non-metal ions. You can take some polyatomic ions. NH4 plus, OH minus, NO3 minus. This is the ammonium ion, hydroxide ion, nitrate ion. Next, SO3 minus 2, sulfite ion. SO4 minus 2, sulfate ion. Next, PO4 minus 3, phosphate ion. These are all the polyatomic ions. You can take one more, CO3 minus 2, carbonate ion. HCO3 minus, that is the hydrogen carbonate ion. Okay, those are all comes under as a polyatomic ions. Now we can learn about the steps present in how can we write a chemical formula. Here you need to learn 3 steps, students. The first step is we have to balance valencies of a cation and anion. Balance the valencies of cation and anion. Okay. The second step is, if a compound is formed with metal as well as non-metal, you have to write metal's name first, then after non-metal. If a compound is formed with metal and non-metal, you should need to write metal's name first, then after non-metal's name. Metal, after that non-metal. See, Okay, the third, to this one you can write an example, students. See, CaO, next NaCl, CuO. See here, students, MgOH twice. See here, calcium, sodium, magnesium, these are all the metal, students. We have to write metals name first, then after non-metal name. The third step is, if a metal, if a compound is formed with polyatomic ions, we have to enclose those polyatomic ions with a bracket. See, it is a polyatomic ion, students. You have to enclose that polyatomic ion with a bracket. After that, you should need to write number of polyatomic ions. See, this is a another ion, okay, cation. This is cation and this is the anion, okay, or this is anion or this is a cation. Anyone you should write. See, this is the third rule. If a polyatomic ion is there in a chemical compound, we have to enclose that polyatomic ion with a bracket. After that, you have to mention number of ions. Now we can go to write chemical formulas for some compounds. Simple example, students. Hydrogen chloride, I am going to write formula for hydrogen chloride. To this one, we should write first of all symbols of particular atoms. Then after, you have to write valencies of those atoms. After that, what is the first step here? Balance the valencies of positive and negative ions. See, hydrogen shows plus valency and chlorine shows negative valency. So here to balance these valencies, we have to cross multiply with each other, H and Cl. See here, this one also 1 and that one also 1, so that you no need to write H1 and Cl1. Directly you can write HCl. Coming to next example, CaO. Calcium shows +2 oxidation state. Oxygen shows -2 oxidation state, students. Here see, to balance their valencies, you can write Ca2O2. No need to write Ca2O2. You can directly write CaO, because these two valencies are equal with each other. This is also 2 and that is also 2. No need to write symbols, positive symbol and negative, because after completion of chemical formula, you should directly you can balance that valencies. No need to write their positive and negative values. Here you can take one more example. See here, students, carbon tetrachloride. How can we write? Carbon's valency is 4, chlorine's valency is 1, students. Here valencies are not equal with each other. At this time, we should need to balance. See, to this one, cross multiplication. CCl4 is the carbon tetrachloride's formula. Next, you can take hydrogen sulfide. Hydrogen's valency is 1, sulfur valency is 2. It is +1, it is -2. After balancing the valencies, H2S, you will get the formula for hydrogen sulfide. Okay. Coming to, if polyatomic ions are there, how can we write? Magnesium, this one. This is magnesium hydroxide, I am going to write. Its valency is +2, OH shows -1 charge. So, after balancing the valencies, you will get OH. Here, 2 OH minus ions are there, so that we have to enclose with a bracket. After that, you should write a number of ions here. In the same way, students, MgCl, if you can take, here magnesium is the +2, students. Its valency is +2. Next, Cl is -1. So that MgCl2, after cross multiplication, you will get MgCl2, students, because magnesium valence is +2. That means it can able to form 2 bonds with other 2 atoms. Next one is, see, CaOH, if you can see here, Ca +2, this is -1. Here also you have to enclose with brackets. After that you have to write number of ions, CaOH twice, calcium hydroxide. One more example, NaNO3, sodium nitrate, you can write, students. It is showing +1, it is showing -1. So that what happens here, after cross multiplication, NaNO3 is the chemical formula for sodium nitrate. No need to enclose with bracket this sodium nitrate ion. Why? Because here only one polyatomic ion is there, not more than one. If more than one is there, you have to enclose the polyatomic ion with a bracket. Otherwise no need to enclose. Okay, you can write one more example here. Ammonium sulfate, here students it is the +1, this is -2, students. NH4 twice SO4. Next, one more example, aluminum oxide you can take, AlO. Here it is the +3 oxidation state, it is the -2 oxidation state. After cross multiplication or balancing, after completion of balancing their valencies, you will get Al2O3 is the aluminum oxides formula. This is about this lecture, students. I hope you are all understand about this one. If you have any doubts, please mention in comment section. Don't forget to subscribe and don't forget to like. Thanks for watching. We will meet in the next class. Bye all of you.